came back from our Saturday morning run with Doris. Heavy legs, which is a good sign. So today is day 6, squat. I walk you through it. Like always, minute 0 to 10, you do mobility, scap, elbows, hip, your ankles, especially, shoulders. Then we do activation, like always. I'm not going to explain anymore. 3 times 1 minute, and one of them is to really get your heart rate up. It can be, in my case, it's rowing. You can do assault bike, you can do skipping or whatever. Then you always want to do your scap retractions, and then whatever you would like to do. I did walkouts. Then you have 8 minutes, from minute 19 to 27, to set up the station and do the specific warm-up. So that means find your ideal weight to do 5 sets of heavy back squats, and they must be heavy in 5 reps. So it's like you cannot do a 6th one. So find a good weight for that, and has to be challenging. And then you have 4 minutes for each set, so it's like 20 minutes for the 5 sets. Then you clean everything up and do the next setup and warm up for a little kind of watt type exercise. So it's an 8-minute AMRAP, 8 suitcase lunges, walking lunges. I did it with a kettlebell, 24 kilos. Again, it must be heavy, very uncomfortable, but doable. So you can do this workout unbroken almost. You only have to pace the speed of the workout. You don't have to stop. Your rest period is the transition between the stations. So so 8 right carrying, 8 left carrying, walking lunges. I show you to you now. Then I did 8 strict ring dips. You can do, like with your TRX band, leaned over push-ups, for example. And then weighted butterfly sit-ups with the ab mat. I did 5 kilos. I'll show it to you now. Again, that must be strict, so it's heavy and hard and doable. Maybe you don't want to use any weight because you want to do it right. If you use the weight wrong, it's even easier than without the weight. So then again, you rest and clean up the setup for the next WOD, which is a death by style again. So death by burpees. I started with 10 reps, and then each minute I added one rep. So the first minute I did 10 reps. It took me, I think, maybe 30 seconds if so. The rest, 30 seconds is rest. Then the next minute you do 11, 12, and so on. And I got to 17 reps. You might want to start with maybe 7 or 8. You start, so it's ridiculous. It feels ridiculously easy. So maybe you start with 7. And then I did another exercise to form core stability and shoulder stability. So I did a single dumbbell overhead hold, and then you stand on one leg on the opposite leg. So I show it to you now. And then I did this again for 6 minutes. So the first minute, right side, I held it for 30 seconds, rested. Second minute, left side, 30 seconds, rested. Third minute, right side, 40 seconds, rested. Fourth minute, left side, 40, and then 15, 50, and that was it. So then you can call it a day. I'll put the camera to show you the exercises. All right. So for the back squat, we use we locate the bar, or I did. You can choose, but I recommend to do it on top of your neck, not behind your neck. So the CrossFit position, kind of CrossFit position, is kind of on top of the neck, and the powerlifter position they have it more lower because they bend over further. But we want to go down straight, so we want to have it on the top of your neck, which probably at the beginning will feel uncomfortable for you, but that makes you you can form like a cushion with your traps, and which is good because you can form it by retracting your scaps and then squeezing your traps. So it's quite a wide grab. You go under the bar, you activate your traps, your scapulars, and then your traps all squeeze. All right, and then when you go down, you want to concentrate on not having the elbows back because that will make you bend over. We want to go down straight. Yeah, and this is quite comfortable because the cushion of my traps. Play around with it, and you will find out what I mean. Suitcase lunges. Been nice. 1 second. So I used 24 kilo kettlebell. You can use your 16 kilo kettlebell. So you carry it on one side and walking lunge like this. You can step through, I don't care. Then you turn around. Maybe you want to hold the balance with the other arm. Next exercise to mention. Ring dips, I think you know, on the TRX. The butterfly sit-ups. So I use two small 2.5 kilos. Did my set instead just in front of the ab mat. Soles of the feet together in front of the chest and touch the back, come up. What you don't want to do is come up like this, because then the weight puts you forward, and that's what I mentioned before. It makes it easier even then without any weight. So always on your chest. You do 8 of these. Okay. Then death by burpee, not to mention. Just remember burpees, to do them efficient. Don't jump out like you do. Don't squat down like people do. So it's more hinged. So instead of squatting down and then punch your way out and jump into squat and then into squat, you want to kind of hinge. Then you peel yourself off, lock out your elbows, and then you top up your hip. And just a short jump. Don't reset and yeah. So it should look fluent like this. The last one is the overhead hold. So heavy. I used 24 kilos, I think. So I did clean jerk, stood on the opposite and balance. So it must be heavy because you don't want to hold this like this. You want to have it locked out next to your head. Now you have to activate your hip, your core and your shoulder to get this all stabilized. That's the purpose of this. Another minute. side, and then you stand on the opposite leg. That's it for today. Have fun.